Hey folks, I'm going to do a quick thing on command and about creating a landing page. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go after that. All right, so from here we want to go down to sites or down to consumer, which is this bottom one. If I click this guy right here, open up the size, you can see this bottom consumer. That is all the consumer facing stuff. So your app, your website, and these landing pages. So I'm going to hit consumer, load it up here. Now you can see I can see my agent site, my landing pages that have existed, and the guide builder. We'll get into those later. But really, what I want to do is go create a new page. So this green button up in the upper right, hit create new page. And I can create a new page on my agent site or as a standalone page. And this matter, I want to do a standalone page because what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like an open house landing page for an open house that I'm going to host this weekend or something like that, right? Or a landing page for a specific home for like a FSBO or for something like that. So there we go. So I'm going to hit create page. It's going to launch me into my editor. Now, if you're familiar with this, looks like some people are coming in. That's good. Let's see who's coming in. Oh, hey, you guys are just up front. All right, I'm going to back up a little bit so we can catch people up. So in command, over on the left-hand side, if I hit the little red dot, a red square up in the corner, it opens up the side. Down at the bottom is consumer. And this is where you get control of everything that's consumer facing. So your app, your website, that kind of stuff. If you're utilizing the KW website that's built within the system. Even if you don't, in here is where you can create a standalone landing page, and this is useful across the board. So what I want to do is upper right, have this create a new page button. I click that new page button. So do I want to create one on my site or as a landing page? So I click the as a landing page button right there. That's going to create a standalone versus one that's associated with my website. That's going to launch me into the editor. So here's where all the magic happens. And as a standalone page, you really want it to be fairly simple and straightforward. So I've got all of these widgets on the side, on the right-hand side. These are all different things that I can drag and drop over here. So you can see I've got agent branding, my branded header, I've got a lead form, I've got a market snap, a local expert, a video, placeholder, download my app. So I've got all of that kind of stuff. So if I were to run this fairly simply, I want my branded header up top, so I'm just going to grab this branded header, drag and drop it, and there it is. There's my info up top, and I'm going to use a listing. So I'm going to go down here and grab this listing icon right here and drag it to put it in the middle, and then down at the very bottom, I want to. Am I at the bottom? I am. I want to put in a. Let's see, where did I get that? A lead form. There we go. So they have something they can fill out and say, hey, here's, they can sign in if they want to. And then at the very bottom, I'm going to put in the legal footer. So that's got the brokerage name and all that kind of stuff. So this is simply the most basic you would want it, right? It's got a top bar that tells them who you are. It's got the middle area that's going to tell you what the listing is. It's got a place where they could sign in and leave their contact info. And at the bottom, your legal footer so that you're legal and compliant, right? There are other things. So if you wanted to put a market snap, and that would be a market snap of a specific neighborhood. So you're going to have to go pick a neighborhood and it's going to give it that snapshot of it. If you had a video that you wanted to embed in here, you drag this video bar over there and then actually gives you a spot where you can embed it. So you have these widgets. Now I've put these widgets in here. The next thing I need to do is configure them, right? These are basically placeholders for these. Obviously, this is not my listing in Austin, Texas. So down at the bottom of this block over on the right-hand side, I've got a button that says configure widgets. So So I click that configure widgets button, and now I just go through which ones I want. And I can see it shows my widgets. I've got 4 of them on here: branded header, listing, lead form, and legal footer. I got green check marks next to the branded header, lead form, and legal footer because I've already configured those. But I'd have an empty check mark next to my listing. So I need to click listing because I need to tell it which listing I'm talking about. So it says no listing selected. I'm going to browse my listings. And this is where I'm going to go pull up a listing that I had right here. So I'm just going to, and just so you see the flexibility of this, this is a listing in which I represent the buyer. So this isn't my listing. This is Don from HomeSmart. This is his listing. I can create a landing page for this listing if I were going to, you know, hold it open or something like this. You could do this for any listing that you have access to. So I'm just going to select that MLS number, go over here, select I want MLS number, go paste that MLS number in there and hit search. And there it is. So if I hit select, that now is going to populate all the images over to this side, right? So I'm going to select which one I want as my top image. The consumer's going to be able to scroll through all of the images. I'm just selecting which one is going to be this one that's main and top right in the middle. And that's it. I hit save and apply down at the bottom. You'll see it pop in the new image. There you go. Then it's got the information that it pulled in from the MLS. Here are all of the images that the consumer could flip through. And at the bottom, they've got a map. And at the bottom, of course, got their sign in and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to hit save and apply to make sure it's all saved. And I'm done. I can hit publish page up at the top. This is lit up. I hit publish page. It's going to ask me, are you sure? I'm going to say yes. And that's it. So it just went back into command. Now, I wish it went back to landing pages, but it didn't. I got to go select landing pages up at the top. And I can see this new landing page that I just made. I made one earlier today, but this is the one I just made. So here's the link to it. I can open that as a link. And this is what I just produced. I can share that link with anybody in the world. They can go to that link and see this beautiful landing page that I just made. And if they fill out their name and information here and hit I'm not a robot and submit it, it imports into your contacts in command immediately. It just goes straight in. Now, this was pretty simple. I pulled in some listing images. If you were pulling in, if this were a FSBO or something that's not on the market where the listing doesn't exist, I can pull in images and edit this and create some information my own. It might not be as perfect and pretty, but it's going to be there. And you can throw as many images as you want, all the features, but in the map. So that is a super simple landing page. What I was just teaching at Ignite was about open houses. So talk about you could create this landing page for this open house, and you could put the contact information or this interested, let's talk information, the lead generator. You could put that at the top. Have this on a tablet sitting open at the open house. So people come in, they click in and they sign in, and then they get to see all the information about their house. They can just scroll up and down and make sure they know about this house, right? If you wanted to, you could just create a landing page that just had that lead capture form and nothing else. Just so that this is my sign in, put in your name, your phone number, hit submit, and then you're done. You can go walk around. But that's how easy this is to just create a simple landing page and put it out there. So there is lots of flexibility within that to create more custom kind of stuff or put out a video and that kind of thing, and you can just go crazy. So that's how I wanted to put. I'll put this up on Facebook and we'll make it there. You guys, Brian, Sky, do you guys have any questions, any thoughts? You're good. All right. Awesome. It's pretty straightforward. All right, then I'm going to stop the recording.